New chapter of sailing around the world has officially begun. Get through Orca Zone.
So I thought, what in the hell is this guy doing honking at us?
This is going to be a 5 to 6 day sail. Goodbye, Gibraltar. Woo! I have never in my life.
Orca Zone.
And hoping we get lucky. Starting out with a bang. Welcome back to Sailing Tela Ru. Today is going to be an epic day and hopefully a very safe one. Join us as we sail out of Gibraltar, out of the strait, get through Orca Zone. Come with us. But first, here's a brief recap of what's been happening aboard Sailing Tela Ru, in case you're a new viewer or haven't watched our recent weekly sailing episodes. Last week aboard Sailing Tela Ru, we brought y'all with us for a massive Costco haul in Seville, Spain. And once we had Tela Ru all loaded up and all our purchases good and organized, it was time to say adios to Spain and sail to a whole new country. Our final stop in the Mediterranean before making our way into the Atlantic Ocean. Our sail started out gorgeous with the sun rising behind us. We were able to soon get our sails up, our windows washed, and I soaked up some sun. Sean took down our Spanish courtesy flag and hoisted up the new one for this brand new country we'd soon arrive in. And once arriving to this last Mediterranean stop, the tiny country of Gibraltar, we were super pleased with the shower and laundrette facilities. Sean found him some bourbon.
It's good old solid Woodford Reserve, very nice. And interested to try this Jim Beam Black Extra Age. Never had it before. We're gonna give it a pour.
And he got a boat project completed. We also journeyed to the top of the Rock of Gibraltar to take in the views and the famous Barbary macaque monkeys that live there.
Pretty amazing to be here on the top of the rock in Gibraltar, and to think that we started about 1.5 years ago on our classic Nayad, just the two of us, and sailed all the way here from Coconut Grove, Florida, and here we are.
Which brings us to today's leg of our journey of circumnavigating the globe aboard our floating home, one wave at a time. So y'all join us as we enter the waters of the orcas that have been having their way with small sailing vessels like ours for the last few years. Let's just hope that we get lucky at sea getting through the orca territory. Before we leave, I am going to do the smart thing and take motion sickness. The motion sickness medication that I took recently was supposed to be like caffeinated, so it technically isn't supposed to make you super sleepy, but I did get really sleepy and I fell asleep. I think basically all motion sickness pretty much for me is gonna make me fall asleep. We have heard of Sugeron a couple of times now. Heard good things about this from multiple people. 2 tablets 2 hours before traveling. 2 tablets. Pretty much tried everything in the book. One thing that actually does help is eating a cold green apple. It will help me for some reason. I need to pull the starboard first, then immediately pull the port, then come back here and see what to do.
Yeah, you just probably need to come off. All right, y'all, well, we got off the dock here at the Rock of Gibraltar. We're making our way out of the marina and port area now, headed out into the strait. There's almost never a perfect weather window, but today the stars lined up and it appears that we've got as close to perfect as we can get. The forecast is for very light winds throughout the day. as we exit the strait. And also, they say, what is he talking about? This marina here in Gibraltar, y'all, is right by the airport, and I mean right by. And as I was talking to y'all, there's an airport policeman start honking his horn. Of course, we're in a boat on the water, and he's up there by the runway, and I thought he was honking at us. I thought, what in the hell is this guy doing honking at us out here in the water? Turns out there was a big flock of seagulls out there on the airport runway area, so he was honking to get the birds off the runway. Back to our regularly scheduled programming here on Sailing Tela Ru. I was saying earlier, as we continue to make our way out of the port area here, there's almost never a perfect weather window, but I believe the stars aligned for us. Forecast today as we exit the straits, pretty light winds. That's great. And also they say here that the best time to exit the Strait of Gibraltar is just following the high tide, because when the high tide crests and then starts falling out, the current goes out of the strait. High tide this morning was at 6 a.m. They say the best practice is to leave an hour or two after high tide so the flow starts exiting the strait. As we speak, it is now 7 a.m. so we're 1 hour after high tide. Should be just perfect. We should have the flow going out with us. Pretty close to perfect, y'all.
Goodbye, Gibraltar. It was real nice. I actually loved it here. Y'all, we typically share the fun, exciting, and inspiring aspects of all of our sailing adventures as we circumnavigate this great, big, wonderful world aboard Tela Ru. And while today's sail is super exciting with the next wave of our journey on the horizon, as we leave the Mediterranean sailing ground we've been in for almost a year and begin this next chapter, for the first half of today's sail at least, we have to be even more focused than usual. It's a serious ordeal to be taking our full-time home through the waters of the orcas that have been attacking and even sinking some sailing vessels for the past several years. So as we focus our eyes carefully on these waters, we're hopeful we can make a swift exit and celebrate a lucky passage through their claimed territory. If you happen to be unfamiliar with the dangerous orca waters we are referring to and attempting to safely navigate today, last year we made a video discussing what's been happening over the past few years with these orca killer whales. That may be an insightful next video to watch if you aren't familiar with what all has been going on. While they're highly intelligent marine mammals, majestic even, they are killers. They are deadly. And they've been attacking more and more each year. They're attacking fishing boats and sailing vessels. They are the ocean's top predator, and sailboats have become a target. These whales have been attacking the rudders on sailboats, ripping hunks of a sailboat's rudder off at a time. The rudder is the steering mechanism of a boat. If a rudder on a sailboat breaks or falls off, you are in trouble. In fact, rudder failure is the #1 cause of abandoning ship at sea. Without the ability to steer, you have no control over the boat. Even worse, if the rudder shaft is torn from the boat, a gaping hole is left, resulting in water flooding and sinking the boat. There's an app called Orca where you can keep up with the reports of orca sightings and attacks. All right, y'all, it's pretty crazy that we came through the strait almost a year ago. We were on Orca watch. We were making our way through carefully, quickly, with our eyes peeled. And now we are doing the same thing again and just going back out to the Atlantic right through the strait. Crazy to think we were doing this same thing on the way in almost a year ago. Oh, Goodbye, Mediterranean. On to new adventures. This is going to be a 5 to 6 day sail, but step one, we first just got to get out of the strait and out of Orca zone. That thing's flying. Sean's warning me about the wake from that boat, so I'm running back to the cockpit.
I was fixing to throw a big wake.
Okay. Woo! Dolphins in the wake.
You don't want the wake from you.
I think we should take those dolphins as a sign of good luck already. So we are officially in the strait, and I have never in my life seen so many dolphins, and it has been lovely, wonderful, exciting, inspiring, and it just feels like things are going really good, and I feel like we are getting lucky in the strait. So we have actually been going for 2 hours and 31 minutes. That includes going slow, getting out of the slip, and all of that. We do currently have the wind on our starboard quarter coming towards us. The waves have calmed down a little bit from what they were, and they are also coming towards us, but the current is with us, so that is good. But we are just keeping our eyes peeled and hoping we get lucky. As you can see off of our port side, we've got Morocco, which we went to last year. You can check that out in our videos. I'll pop up on the screen and I'll link them down in the description box as well. But we went to Morocco last year, and that is Morocco right over there. All the cargo ships are to our left in the shipping lane. There's like a fog or a cloud at the water level, but you can see the mountain over there in Morocco peeking out. Hopefully it stays this way, but we have not seen a single orca the entire time being in the strait. But we're actually not far from entering the Atlantic. What are you doing back there? Ahead, we just have wide open seas. Alright, just a little update. Just a little update. I'm sleepy, so I'm about to take a little nap on the berth in the salon. I made it all up this morning, but I need a little nap, so I'll just set my alarm for an hour. Go to sleep. Alright, y'all, we are still on Orca watch. Still keeping our eyes peeled. I took a little nap and Sean had his eyes peeled the whole time up here watching, looking, and now I'm back up and I'm doing the same thing. We've been passing a lot of what appears to be these like 5-gallon type jugs that are in the water, so assume those are like some sort of fishing net, fishing pot, something like that. But I'm out here on deck. We are starboard to the cruise ships out that way. We are on their starboard. There's currently 3 that are visible. That is the continent of Africa over there that you can see. But it sure feels like we're getting lucky at sea because we haven't seen a single orca. We've only seen beautiful, playful, fun dolphins, and we hope it stays that way.
All right, y'all, we have officially made it out of the Strait of Gibraltar. We had a successful passage through the Orca zone. We have now made our turn southwest, and after making it out of the strait and out of the Orca zone with Gibraltar far behind us in the rearview mirror, it is time to get this UK courtesy flag down. We've made our turn to the southwest, and it's time to get on down to our island destination.
All right, y'all, it is currently evening time. We had dinner. We made it through the Strait of Gibraltar. We made it all the way through the orca zone without a single orca sighting, but I sure have never seen so many dolphins as we saw today. Oh my gosh, it just makes me so happy. Speaking of happy, I am literally over the moon. Our new chapter of sailing around the world has officially begun. Not only did we make it through Orca Zone, but we exited the Mediterranean potentially forever. We sailed into the Atlantic. We're sailing to an island in the Atlantic. We sailed out of one country. We're sailing to another one. As of right now, we have been 68 nautical miles since beginning our journey this morning at around 6:30 or 7. Things are going really, really good. We are currently sailing at 5.4 knots right now. We've got wind at 18.4. We've got our staysail out. We're trucking on along. It's sporty out here, but it feels good. It feels like the brand new chapter of sailing Tela Ru, circumnavigating the globe, is starting out with a bang. We did get lucky today, so things are going amazing and it feels so good. Can it even get any better than this? I surely don't know. This is probably where we're going to end out today's section of the vlog. Now that we are in the Atlantic Ocean, we are on our way to a remote island in the Atlantic. Just out in the Atlantic Ocean.
Day 2.
Do you know what we did to get here?
It was rougher than... Day 3 at sea. We had winds of 25 to 28 knots pretty consistently. I'd have you puckered up.
It's just no man's land. The sea state has calmed the heck down. Wow, wow, wow. We're on course. Severely underestimated the need for sunglasses at 7:30 in the morning. Have you ever seen something so calm and glass in your life?
Calls for a sip.
Oh my gosh, it's happening. And that's going to be it for today's sailing video. So thank y'all so much for tuning in to today's video. Definitely give us a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave us a comment below. Let us know your thoughts on this video. Anywho, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button and we'll see y'all next time on Sailing Tela Ru.